so close to having completed an actual 3-day weekend in the ambulance. And right now I'm sitting on the side of the road. Broke down. But here's the positive side. I have my bed. I have my power, my lights. I have my bathroom. I have food. I have stuff to drink. So I will get up in the morning and deal with this. There's nothing I can do in the dark and the rain. I guess things could have been worse. Well, the pictures of the ambulance that you guys saw before was not up on a jack. I really wish that's what it was and that it was getting fixed right away, but no. It is now backed into my driveway, and he did a great job because my driveway is attached to my neighbor's. Oh, Gina, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Let me play a thank you for you. I really, really appreciate it. Get into some of the ambulance stuff that I'm dealing with. It is my second issue this year. It is really starting to tick me off. That's why I put that poll at the top. If you guys, oh, vanlife, Gina, thank you so much for sharing out the live stream as well. The poll at the top is 3 ideas that I'm contemplating on what I'm supposed to do with the ambulance, because it makes me physically nauseous, you guys, when mechanical stuff goes wrong. If it was anything in the back, I'm okay with that because I know how everything works, right? But anything in the motor is just not for me. Oh, Tim, thank you so much. Yeah, that is pretty jacked up. And I got to tell you, it was extremely good on gas mileage coming home because about 100 kilometers, 60 miles, I was in the tow truck, which is the first time I've ever ridden in the front of a tow truck. So maybe I got to put that on my bucket list so I can check it off. I don't know. Oh, thank you again. Thank you so much. Oh, and thank you so much for becoming a member. That is wonderful. That is so appreciated. Thank you. She's a vanvidatravels dreamer. Welcome, welcome, girl. Fantastic. Where is badge when you need them? Well, we will probably discuss that yet too. So many really awesome people, cats here, wanting to know what is wrong with the ambo. Oh, extra wires were meant for something after all? No, this I don't think has anything to do with those wires, but that's funny. That is very funny. Thank you so much, Tom. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Aw, Becky. Thank you, Becky, so much. Thank you, Lillian. It sucks. Literally, I went on 2 trips early in the spring with my mom, and it was awesome. Just short, quick 2-day weekend trips. And then I wanted to go farther north, back to where I grew up and visit family, have my own accommodations, try a bunch of stuff out again on the road, right? And it wouldn't start. Ended up being the starter. Badge came down, fixed it. We put a new starter in. And, you know, if you guys have seen the previous videos, did tons of stuff. All that extra wiring is removed. Hey, Adventures in Xanadu. But this time, my sister was down from Ontario. I haven't seen my sister in over 2 years. And I was so excited. I'm like, okay, we're going to go on a little adventure. We're going to grab mom. And there's a couple sites around the province that I've never seen before. Let's check them out. So we tried to. Hey, Jim. Let me just go back and show you something really quick. I just got to change something on here. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Okay. So here's 3 videos that are going to be coming out for you guys. The Cochin Lighthouse is one of the things we wanted to see. We had heard about the Crooked Bush, so we made a point of checking that. And we went and explored the Great Sand Hills in southern Saskatchewan. So we fit all of that in 3 days. And the first 2 days was excruciating heat, and my ambulance air conditioning doesn't work. I have no air conditioning in the back, and the fans were fine at night. That worked fine, but to drive was horrible, 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 horrible. But nonetheless, it was a super fast trip. My GPS on my phone was sending me down dirt roads. I got to figure out how to change that so it just shows me highways. And I'll tell you, I'm really glad that I didn't break down on the gravel roads, because that would have been a lot more difficult. Yes, Connie, I am okay. I am okay. And thank you so much for your concern. I saw your message in there earlier. You can have mechanical issues with brand new cars. You've invested a lot of time already. What does Badge say? Well, Badge hasn't been here to look at it. We've had some discussions. Obviously, Badge is going to support me regardless of what choice I make for what I'm going to do with the ambulance. That's just his nature. But I haven't made any decisions yet. You guys, just hang on. Let me catch up. I saw that I had another super chat, and I got to find it quick. Hello, Candy. Oh, thank you. I don't actually know what broke. This is the thing. Now, it could be a small fix. It could be a big fix. Hello, Deborah. The next meetup in Saskatchewan is going to be the second weekend in July, and we're going to do it around the Weyburn area. Hello, the Morris family. Good to see you here. Hello, the Gypsy Movement. From Florida. Hello, hello. Thin Blue Lane, thank you so much. No, that is not moose milk. Tracy, thank you so much for the super sticker. And I did miss somebody. Can someone tell me who I missed? Maybe I'll get to it quickly here. I don't want to miss anybody. You guys are so awesome. Hello, forever best friend. Awesome pic of your husband on Gina's live stream. Mary, thank you for the love. Okay, so the engine started like really, and I don't know how to describe it because I've never had a diesel before. The whole freaking thing sounds obscene to me to begin with, right? They're really loud, and every little noise freaks me out anyways. But I'm driving. I dropped my mom and sister off after our weekend. They're like, spend the night. I'm like, no. I just really want to get home because I had to work in the morning. I didn't want to get up early. And thank you, RV. Living life. It's not much, but every bit helps. Get it fixed or get a different vehicle. Don't give up on your freedom. I really needed to hear that. I really needed to hear it. That was from Jean-Marc. Thank you, Jean-Marc. Thank you so much. So much. Can the ambo be saved? Kathleen's asking April. I don't even know if I have that still running or not. It can be saved. Yes, my sister is super cool. Super cool. So I don't know what's wrong with the ambulance. It was late at night. It's raining. It's dark. I hear this like rattling kind of knocking sound in the engine. And I'm like, oh shit, right? And then I see this sign that construction's coming up, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be stuck in a construction zone. And like, okay, it's dark, it's raining. I'm just gonna pull over and just kind of check things. Well, when I stopped, that's when, because the headlights are on, there's this waft of smoke that come around me to the front from the exhaust. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm shutting this baby off. I'm sleeping here for the night. Can't do anything in the rain. Even if it was the middle of the day, I can't do anything in it anyways. So I did manage to get some sleep, which I'm really surprised. Oh, there it is. I found it. Helps with repairs are 2 Tims. Thank you so much, my Canadian friend. So I went to sleep. I read a book, finally fell asleep. I'm parked so freaking close to the highway that every time somebody goes by, the ambulance is going like this. So maybe it rocked me to sleep. I don't know. But I get up in the morning and I called CAA. That's like your AAA in the US. And before I was told, when I had a problem last year, geez, this is kind of becoming a habit. I was told I wasn't covered. I was told that my CAA didn't cover it and that they couldn't help me. So then after that experience was over, I called CAA again and asked, well, what if I get it a premier package for an RV? And they said, again, it's a heavy duty engine and they can't help me. But then at Paulapalooza, I'm meeting a lot of really fabulous people. Sheldon with, oh, my brain's going crazy, with Fantastic Life Ventures. Talked to some people and got some stuff worked out. Said that I would get covered. I don't know what magic wand he waved around there, but I called in, I was honest, gave all the information, and they covered the tow, which would have been about $600 if I hadn't had that coverage. So Sheldon, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, Tim, $50 so you can drown your sorrow in moose milk, and that's how much I needed to buy a bottle. Oh, thank you so much. I got to play something for everybody. You guys are all so awesome. You really are. Yes, yes, yes. It was terrible. It was terrible. And I'm not kidding. In the morning, I fired it up and smoke's flying out the back end, the front end's knocking. And I thought I was going to have to open the door and throw up outside. Like, I don't know. It's having the ambulance as it was. I wasn't even used to driving anything that big. And then just to get used to that took me a lot. Like, I can finally drive the speed limit in it. And I've had it for 2 years. But there's this part of me that's scared to drive it in mountains yet, which I really want to do. I want to be able to travel, and I want the freedom of the travel. That's why this whole lifestyle appealed to me so much. But if I'm in constant fear of it breaking down, I don't know. Let me see who else is here, because I don't want to kiss my dreams goodbye, but I got to figure out how I'm going to approach it. Save the cherry Coke for badge, right? It might cost me a couple cherry Cokes and some red swans for those of you that know what I'm talking about. Oh, let me catch up. No, Celtic Nomad, it isn't. It's not burning or... Oh my gosh, you guys are crazy. Oh, Michael, and you gave up the pop 8 years ago? Yeah. I don't know. Everybody says there's a whole lot wrong with the diet of it, but what does my brother say? A wine glass that full might as well drink out the bottle. I have a lot in there. It's not that big of a glass. I must have giant hands. I must have giant man hands. Oh, if I put them that close to the camera, I do. If I put them back here, they look smaller. So today I am watching all this stuff online for tips with your YouTube channels and stuff. I'm like, holy crap, I got to come up with a way to pay for all of this. I got to learn how to make a video go viral. I don't know how to do it. But I did recently put out a video on the brand new rules for people that want to come into Canada by land. And so if any of you see it and you want to share it out, I'm hoping if we could all of a sudden get a bunch of shares on it right away, maybe it'll get a push, because it's what's really relevant right now and there isn't as much stuff out on it. So if you can help, it's appreciated. Oh my gosh. Now I sound like a beggar. What is this? Yeah, you should have enough for about 10 years once this is over, right, Badge? Shush. Shush. Oh, is that help for medicinal purposes? All right, maybe I'll switch to red. Yeah, we do have raspberry Coke. Sometimes Badge would say cherry because we have cherry as well, but it's raspberry that comes in the bottles. And somebody else's mother, yes, you absolutely did that correct. Hello, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for your comments on the videos. They're always appreciated. So I've talked to you guys about trying to have an epic spirit, and in my epic spirit, it's this courageous enthusiasm to accept the unpredictable in pursuit of euphoria. So this was one of those unpredictable kinds of things, whether it was good or bad, right? Unpredictable. So I have to practice what I preach and pull myself up. Although I did vent to a friend, I was in tears when I was messaging, but I needed to get it out. I had a safe ear. So sometimes that's all you got to do. You got to talk it out and then go to bed. start a new day. So I already thanked you guys for these, but now I've actually come up to them on live stream. That is how far behind I am. Hello, Brooke Burks. Thank you so much for being here. And James Cantonese, your words today that you left were really heartwarming, and I really appreciate you. And it was Tracy who had sent one another of the super stickers, and RV Living Life. Thank you guys so much. I know Tim's is coming up. Hello, Matilda. Good to see you. I'm scrolling so fast. Hello, RV Weekends. Good to have you here. What is this? Don't get discouraged. You got this, girl. This is time for the new you to live your best life, right? So, like, I'm not going to fix the ambulance this year. I'm not. So if I have the winter off, I don't think I'm going to. I don't know what's wrong. But it doesn't matter what's wrong because it's going to cost money, right? And because so much stuff got done and stuff was fixed, I took for granted that it was running well. And, you know, we went on this 3-day trip, and I booked my flights to Vancouver and into Ontario, and there's going to be an epic weekend out in Whistler coming up right away that I paid for already. So it's like, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to fix it this year or not. And I got a couple different options that I'm playing with. Let me just pull up some of these little things I just quickly put together to help me stay focused. Okay. So, let me get rid of this. So here's my options. If I keep it, no matter what I want to do, I have to do repairs. So I can do the repairs before or after the winter, store it for the winter. And, you know, if I'm going to go on a hot holiday or something, maybe I'll rent an Airbnb for a month or two if I can go somewhere. Last year, I was supposed to have 3 months off, and COVID robbed me of it. And I've hung in there all year, thanks to you guys. But like, I'm starting to lose my marbles. I need to get away. This whole epic spirit is just I can hardly even contain it. I need to make these changes in so many ways in my life. It is time. And for some reason, it keeps getting pulled back on me. So then I'm thinking, maybe I should just sell it. So I can either do the repairs, store it for the winter, sell it converted, pay off what I owe on it, and do an entire new build on something smaller, or I can walk away. Or I can strip it and keep what I take out of it for a build into another smaller vehicle. I don't know what to do, you guys. I don't know. So they're selling it or keeping it. No matter what, I have to fix it. And if I sell it, do I go smaller? Because something smaller is going to be better on fuel. It's going to be much easier for me to drive. And maybe I'd be able to be stealth depending on what I pick up. The ambulance is absolutely not stealth. We are all really well aware of that. At the same time, I bought this as my empty nesting project. I brought it because I had a dream. I have a dream, and I'm going to have to do it one way or the other. I'm not going to give up on it, but I have to stop now and go, something is telling me maybe this isn't the way it's meant to be, right? Maybe I have to do something different. Yeah. Oh, and there we go. That was Tim's. Thank you so much, Tim, for that. You guys are all amazing, and I appreciate all of you. And the fact that you're here and you watch my channel and you share out the stream and you give me a thumbs up, you're all helping me achieve my dream. And I don't know how to thank you guys. It means a lot. And it means a lot to all of us that are doing this. There's so many creators out there. A lot of you are creators too. And this becomes a passion. This becomes what you want. I have no doubt that this is what I want to do when I retire. I still have a few years to decide which way I want to go about it at that point in time. I mean, for now, I've decided, yeah, I'm going to keep the house. I'm not going to be that impulsive. If it's smoking, get rid of it. I mean, it could be as simple as injectors. It could be I need to It could be the head. It could be all sorts of things. And I am not a mechanic. But no matter what it is, it's going to cost money, right? It just sucks. An honorary Paulapalooza member for his deed. Absolutely. And Margaret, hello. Inexpensive free rust vehicles under $5,000. Well, that's about what I did when I bought the ambulance. And it's been a labor of love. It is when my son left home and I was all alone, and then through this pandemic, it kept me level. It kept me healthy. It gave me something to do. It's the only hobby that I have. Learning how to do my solar, learning how to, do the plumbing, all of these things, it's been huge for me. But I am frustrated. I am really frustrated. I got 3 days out of it after it got fixed. Sell it, get something better. And that makes sense. But here's the other thing. I was looking up the cost of stuff, you guys. I was looking up campers. If I get a camper, then I got to buy a truck, and I don't want to do that. If I buy any old motorhomes, they're not reliable. Brand new ones are $150,000 minimum used. Even I was looking up in Canada, you look at a ProMaster or something that's all built out, they're like $150,000. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. And if I buy something that's in my budget, if I do sell the ambulance, it's going to be old and another unreliable vehicle, right? So, but which is better, which is worse? I don't know how much to still keep investing in before I say that's enough, right? But I do know I have to figure out what it is, get it fixed. 75% say fix and keep on trucking. That's truly what I want to do. Yeah. Because when I was looking at all these layouts, I was looking at campers too, and I'm like, nah, don't want to slide, don't want this, don't want that. That's going to have to be fixed, and what I have may not be the fanciest thing, but it is built exactly the way that I want it. Exactly. I've rebuilt it 3 times. I have, other than the air conditioning one now running, it's exactly what I want. And I feel safe to be camped in it. I've thought of maybe, get it towed somewhere, kind of keep it like a cabin, but then I'm tied to one spot, and that defeated everything that I wanted to do in my traveling, right? So, you've seen, $250,000. A lot of those are, and do worse. Yeah. Thank you, Rhonda. And I hope you're doing okay, Rhonda. I know you're still waiting on tests and getting all sorts of stuff done. Hello, Anne. Kathleen, you said you rebuilt the engine on your Semi 3 times and sold it after putting 3 million miles on it. Yes, DJ. Where's my bird? Yeah, I could buy a tent. I have a tent. And I do keep a tent with me because when I broke down last year, I had to sleep in the tent because it stayed at the shop overnight. Hello, J-Rock. She-Devil Adventures. Good to see you here. Yeah, it is built the way I want it to be. My bed is super comfortable. I've simplified things in there because I thought I was supposed to have all this other stuff, and I don't. And I didn't realize how I take for granted how much storage I have, because I was looking at these other layouts and watching these like 360 tours and stuff of these other units. I'm like, well, okay, there's 2 cupboards for this. There's maybe 1 cupboard for that. I'm like, yeah, they have hardly any storage. Oh, stay at the ambulance? Yeah. Tracy, thank you. Yeah, it is a dilemma, because what if I'm going to just keep soaking money into it? Brandon, I have talked to Badge. In fact, I talked to Badge today. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do. So right now things are playing by ear. Badge was willing to come out, but unfortunately I'm not going to be here at the time he would come out, so I wouldn't get to visit them. So I really don't want them to make the trip, because it's a big trip and he's hauling his camper, and I know he comes to my rescue all the time, but it can wait, and it might have to wait till next spring because I need to save up the money. I might be able to fix up sooner if I didn't plan to do anything this winter, but I don't want to give that up. Who knows how things are going as it is? We still can't even get into the US. I don't know. Amy, take it day by day. You don't need to decide today. We'll all support you. Thank you, Amy. And you're right. That's the thing I have to focus on right now. I do not have to make a decision right now. Yeah, I guess that's right, Tom. You're so true. I don't really know what the next step is until I know what the problem is. But I feel like if I prepare my mind for the worst case scenario, anything better is gravy, right? So if I know how much the cost can be, worst case scenario, I know what I'm shooting for saving money. I wouldn't rent an RV for a couple months because for me that is still too expensive. So if I'm not going to take the ambulance, what I want to look for now is I want to rent something in a gated community with the pool in Mexico or Costa Rica because I can still get into those countries. I can't get into the US unless I fly, which I guess I'm not driving the ambulance. I could do that too. Yeah. So this door has been shut temporarily. It's like it's locked and I just can't find the key, but I will get the door open, right? I'm just gonna leave it for now. Just leave it and tweak my dreams. A Volkswagen van. I would look styling in one of those, but you guys, if you've been watching the channel for a long time, you know that I've repurposed things a lot in the ambulance. I bought things used. I've done everything the very cheapest way possible. In fact, all my labor has been free. Oh, Badge, I didn't know if you were going to say that. Badge and I were talking about the possibility of doing something with the EGR cooler. I was trying to I've been on the computer all day today, you guys. I was trying to research the problems it could be. I mean, it could be anything. It could be, this is my notes from watching videos. It could be like the oil or the EGR cooler. Could be the glow plugs and injectors. It could be something to do with the high pressure oil system. It could be the head gaskets. They also have a really odd head bolt pattern. This is not stuff I want to learn. I don't want to know that. There's not enough bolts to hold it down. There's only like 4 versus 6. I don't want to know that. But it was, I did check. The oil is still full of oil. The coolant is still all there. Transmission fluid's good. That's all I know how to check. And even to describe the noise it was making, it's like, about $1,000. Yeah. Yeah, white smoke and a fuel knock. Yeah, I don't have a code reader. I'd have to find, again, another thing I'm going to have to learn how to do. And Tom, don't even joke. I actually have what does Tim say? You put in $1,600 for parts alone on a 22-year-old, which you bought for $2,400. Sometimes you wonder if it was a good decision, but you can say that with confidence. You can take it anywhere in the US. See, and that's the thing too. If let's say worst case scenario, and I have to like bulletproof it, then it gets a lot more money. And oh my God, don't look at message boards, because I got ranges from $2,000 to like $15,000 for the cost of that. And like none of them are consistent in what they say bulletproofing is. So again, I don't know, that's Badge's realm. And boy, I tell you, I'm so thankful for him. But I feel terrible. And it's like, I always got to call him, right? It's just so frustrating. My ambo right now, Robert, and hello, is in my driveway. Don't close the door. Find out what the problem is. Yes. Spend some money on the diagnostics, and then you don't have to guess at what's wrong. Yeah, I got so frustrated because it feels like, and then you all know what it's like. You know what the world is like right now, right? Every time we have a dream, or whether our dream's even just paying the freaking bills, it's like everybody is struggling. And this was my answer to everything. I think I leaned on it too much as a crutch to make it through the pandemic. But I'm just changing things. I think the more I'm talking to you guys right now tonight, and I'm seeing some of the comments, it's really helping me. I really want to be able to stand. J-Rock, that is a big deal to me. See, I really want to be able to stand when I'm in there. And I want to be able to stay contained in the vehicle from bed to driver's seat. Because as a female, I feel like there's certain extra things that are important for safety features, and the fact that I don't have to get out of the ambulance if I'm afraid. So I feel like the healthiest thing is to figure out how to walk away from it for now, right? Let me see what the poll said. Let me see what you guys put. 91 votes. Thank you guys. On 77% is fix and keep trucking. 10% is fix, sell, and walk away. 13% is fix, sell, and build a smaller vehicle. And most of you guys are saying fix it and keep on trucking. I needed that. I needed that assurance. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, I am so glad that toe was covered. Thanks to Sheldon for working that out for me. And that is such a great thing about this community. Like, you guys are helping me right now. Other people have badges helped me. Sheldon has helped me. Like, lots of people have helped me. And hopefully by sharing some of my problems, it helps someone else in their decision making or whatever have you. There's so many ways that we can support each other. And that's some of the stuff that I'd focus. That is the biggest part of the epic spirit. It's the spirit that we have amongst our community. Even if it's just an ear, right? Or if it's just a hug. I mean, I haven't got a hug from anybody but my mom's sister and my son over this so far. That was all that I needed. Yeah, get it diagnosed, think about it, no rush. That's the thing. You're not kidding. We want to get out of here. And it's one thing after another, right, Christian and Tracy? I mean, I watch you guys on your Saturday mornings. You guys need to check out Tumbleweed RV Life Saturday mornings. And if one of my moderators could drop their link, that'd be great. It's real conversation, current to the date, as fellow Canadians, what it's like trying to get across the borders. And for them, it's 2 borders, and how their plans last year just completely had to change. And again, things are up in the air this year. Tom says his truck would not start. He found out by watching videos and was able to get it working with the starter relay. $58. Huh. Cool. Tony. Hey, Tony. Badge will look at it for me at some point in time. I'm not in a rush. I'm taking a couple weeks off of work. I'm going to visit some family. Thanks, J-Rock. I don't know anything about diesel engines either. Aw, thank you, Ron. I did. I put a lot of labor in there, and I've made those changes, and I love it. And other people may not like it or may not agree with the things that I did in there, but I worked it for me. Like, one of the really cool things, you guys, is I got to use my outdoor kitchen, right? I got to put that down now and cook out there. It was so easy. It was super easy cleanup. I just loved it. I love the freedom of doing that. Hope bus. Follow what feels right from the inside. Try to stay out of your head. And yeah, you're right. It's that trying to logically think things through that's getting me wound up. Whereas, honestly, if it went by my heart, I'm just going to park it, save money, and fix it. And then if I did get it bulletproofed or whatever all that means so much stuff is done that it'll be good for like another 400,000 kilometers other than your regular maintenance. And then I would know 100% how reliable it is. They say if they have to fly out and get a condo again, you're coming down and staying with us. You know what? I might be a roommate for a month or 2. That would be awesome. And I would actually feel safer if I did have to travel on my own. I do still want to travel. I'm finding ways that I can do it on my own. And you voted to keep it until hearing what the problems are. Yeah. B&B ambulance. People get to pay to stay in it, right? I'll start an Airbnb. Hey, maybe I could do that over the winter. It doesn't have to run to sit in the driveway. Right? Maybe that's one of those really creative, out of the box thinking kinds of things that I can do. I'm actually going to have to think on that. I think that's super cool. But I'm still fine, right? It's just the disappointment more than anything. Oh, thank you, Lillian. You're awesome. Yes, Nicole, I'll make sure Badge checks out everything for me. Oh, hard getting across the borders. I have a video for you, and I'll tell you, it doesn't tell you how long it takes to get across the border, anything like that, because that's subjective and that can change, and that has nothing to do with legality. But the video that I did put out about coming into Canada, that's the legal things that you need to have in place and the app that you need to use. And then links for further information. And all of my information is researched from a credible site, the Government of Canada website, which you guys need to be responsible and keep checking there because it can change daily, right? But I want you guys to come visit. I might have to sleep in my Equinox, but I'll do what I can do. Oh, thank you, Jim. An amazing community, absolutely amazing community. Someone else's mother. Oh, someone else's mother. Ah, you always say to your son down in Oklahoma, left, right, squeeze tight. That's as far as that, that was my faraway hug to him. Here's a left, right squeeze for you. Oh, you're so sweet. That is so nice. Oh, you guys are great. What would I do without you guys? Yeah, I could rent an RV, but I'm too cheap. It could be my knock sensor. It's like, I hope you guys are joking and not thinking I'm really going to believe it. Yeah, take a step back and rethink it all. And right now, it's like, you know, the end of this month, I'm going out to Vancouver. And, thank you, Charlie Grace. I'm going to Vancouver and I get to see where my brother and Amy and Caleb live. And we are going on an adventure weekend. And I have a question for you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Okay, so I told you before, if you were here to hear it, we're doing a zip line. We're doing the longest zip line in North America. They already made changes. You're supposed to be able to go down the gondola back after, but there's a shortage of staff, so they're going to drive us down in a 4x4 down the mountain after it's done. But my brother's really trying to get me to do bungee jumping. 1 for yes, 2 for hell no. Or just put yes or hell no. Because he keeps asking, and I'm like, I'm starting to get tempted. I started looking it up online, and I'm like, well, maybe. I don't know. I need something crazy to do to make up for my disappointment. I need to have some new thing, goal, activity to focus on. Tell me what to do. That's right. And then Ontario in September. Oh, I'm already getting answers. Hey, I'm caught up in the chat. How cool is that? Tim, grease the muffler bearings. Where's my bird? Where's my bird? Yeah, my Equinox is running. It's actually running extremely well. I do need new tires, just normal stuff, but I've always had great luck with it. I've got over 200,000 kilometers on that. It's a 2013, but it's fantastic, except for the front corner panel on the driver's side, because my son borrowed it and was at skate park, and some lady picking up her son backed her hitch on her truck right into the front corner panel. Yeah, nice. But that doesn't cost me any money. But that was the night after Paulapalooza. So that was like the July 11th or 12th or whatever that happened. And I still haven't got it fixed. They had to order the parts from the US and it still hasn't come to town. Okay, I got a heck no, a hell no. Is someone keeping track of these? Hey, Kelly Bliss, good to see you here. Hell no. Oh, do it. Hell no. Hell no. D Jelly, really no? Robin Jan say, yeah. My Glenn, hell no. Brooke says to do it. Ronald, hey, how's it going? You say to do it too? I don't know. Floss doesn't agree with you guys. Ray, you even say hell no? DJ, obviously you say yes. Jane, Charlotte, hello, Jane. Hell no. You'd rather have a parachute than a rubber band. Well, see, that's the thing. Here's part of my logic. I'm like, okay, I already did skydive. And I felt safer to skydive than the thought of bungee jumping. At this, like, I don't know, but this bungee jumping has, like, it's a full harness, not just like your legs or some weird stuff like that. So, and it's over a river. So if something happens, I don't know. Let me see what else we got here. Lillian says, hell no way in hell. Kelly Bliss says, hell yes. Tim says no. Jim says no. Ron says no. I can't believe so many people are saying no. I thought you guys would be all, go do it, but you must worry about me. Anne says no. Oh, if I jump from a plane, definitely go for it. I do want to go paragliding. I was looking that up. There is some options in BC, but the wind is such an issue, and yeah, it's going to be too expensive. And I do want to do parasailing as well. The paragliding is a whole different thing. Nomadic Sporadic says yes, do it. Fit for Expedition says hell yes. Have I checked my phalange? You're not going to say yes or no. I have to decide. Hell yes. Let me see what else I got here. You guys are awesome. What does Janice say? It's one thing you couldn't do. You'd need a Kevlar bra or something. My Naga personality, Janice. Oh my God, I never thought of that. That is a real concern, isn't it? Ladies, would you be needing special undergarments to bungee jump? That's pretty personal of a question. Never mind, don't answer that. You say hell no. Let me see what Nicole says. Hell no. Is your brother crazy? Kick his backside later. Matilda says hell no. Kat, you even say hell no? Oh, you guys. Yeah, not starting and smoking. It's like pulling an all-nighter. Jim, you're in the right chat. Do it for you because you couldn't. Let's see. I'll keep thinking. Oh, I'm in so much of a better mood. You guys are awesome. Hey, JW, do it. Nope. Hey, Tim, how are you? Good to see you as well. There's lots of Tims in here tonight. A good bra or knock yourself silly. It just caught me right off guard. I love it. But if I bungee jump, I'm flying again. Kind of. I was watching a lot of people in the videos I was coming across jump off backwards instead of forwards. And I can understand the fear part to just go backwards and whatever. But if you're going to do it and you're going to do it one time only, wouldn't you want to see what you're doing? Right? Like it's only a few minutes for like over $100. Wouldn't you want to know what it feels like? Like, isn't that kind of the point? Do it. Let's just jump off the damn bridge. Because it is a bridge over a river. It's like specially built. Amy says no. Go for it. Parasailing would be so much fun. I told my mom if we go to like Mexico or Cuba or something like that, when the world gets normal, I said she's going to come parasailing with me because it's over the water and, you know, whatever. It's easy to get booked in. And then my sister was piping up. She's like, oh, hell no. If you're going to take mom out there to do that, you're doing it in Canada where there's regulations. Dee, have you gone paragliding? That'd be so cool. Scuba diving? I'm not sure. So my very first trip out of Canada was Hawaii, and I was so lucky to have that opportunity. And my partner and I at the time were looking into scuba diving and stuff, but he has he had a lot more fear with being under the water, kind of a claustrophobic kind of thing, and it's just connected with water. And we found these little scooter things that have just this glass bubble. It looks like an old-fashioned hair dryer, but it's all made out of glass. And you just sit on this thing and you drive it around under the water, and you just, all you have to do is stick your head under and into the bubble, and you were fine. That was pretty cool. I don't even know how did I just switch on to that? Oh, the scuba diving. That's right. But I don't know if I could go scuba diving. I don't know. I want to do some snorkeling though. That'd be awesome. And he says, "Oh no. Oh hell no." Hey, Rob, good to see you here. Lillian, no, you're afraid of heights? I don't know though, you guys. It's like the rush that I got from the skydive. If I could get that again, like that was awesome. That was the best feeling ever in the whole world. It's better than a first date. It's better than your first kiss. It's like, it was just the coolest feeling ever, ever, ever. And I was so excited. It's a flux capacitor.